To the Zopeople course, Configuring Advanced Leave Policies. Zopeople's new leave type gives you an extensive platform to configure and customize various leave types to suit every organization's need. This new leave type comes with various advanced options such as prorate, accrual, and reset that can make your leave dynamic and flexible. A leave policy can even be customized exclusively to a specific employee. Let us look at the important features in configuring a new leave type. So, these are leave policy configuration, entitlement, applicability, restrictions, use cases, customized policy, and customized balance. Leave policy configuration. So, in order to do this, go to Leave, then to Settings, Leave Type, and click Add. Give a name, image, and code. Code is a unique reference for the leave type. For example, the code for casual leave can be given for CL, for easy identification. Under Type, select whether the leave should be paid or unpaid, on duty or restricted holiday. Under Unit, select days or hours and give a description. The unit given here will form the basis for all the leave calculations. For example, if hours is chosen, then all configurations and reports will be hours. Give a description. Validity refers to the period for which the leave type is valid. The form date is mandatory for any leave type. If you do not want the leave type to expire, the to date field can be left blank. Reports for the organization will be generated from this date. Entitlement. In this section, we define how much leave gets credited to the employee using various options such as accrue and reset. You can also use entitlement when you would like to differentiate the amount of leave for each employee based on their years of experience. So, effective after, the period after which the policy is applicable. The set period can be from either the date of joining or the date of confirmation. Please note, the date of confirmation and the date of joining fields must be filled in the employee form in order to be applicable in the leave policy. Accrual. Accrual helps you set the intervals within which the leave will be credited to the employee. Reset. Reset can define whether the leave balance should be reset and also set the intervals for the reset to happen. If reset is enabled, then it means that you would like the leave balance to lapse within the interval defined. If reset is disabled, then the leave balance will accumulate and not lapse. When reset is enabled, the unused balance can be carried forward and or encashed. Call forward. Okay, again. Carry forward. Carry forward can be used to move leave from one interval to the other. There are two ways leave can be carried forward, as units or as percentages. For example, if there is 1 day of leave available and 1 unit is given for carry forward, then the 1 day available will be carried forward. Encashment. Encashment can be used to find monetary compensation for a number of unused leaves. As in carry forward, you can define it as units or percentages. Prorate accrual. Using prorate accrual, you are allowing leave to be credited whenever the employee enters the policy. Under prorate accrual, you can further specify how the entitled leave gets prorated for the first and last accrual cycle using these options. Let's now take a scenario to understand the difference between start of policy, start and end of policy, and do not prorate calculation. So, start of policy calculation. According to a leave policy, once the employee completes 1 year of service, the employee is credited 6 days of leave on the 1st of January every year. The policy's validity date is the 1st of the 3rd month, 2015. Let us take an employee who has joined on the 1st of the 8th month, 2015. For this employee, the policy will start on the 5th of August, of course, 1 year from the date of joining. For the year 2016, the accrual will be calculated in this manner for this employee as follows. The number of months to be considered for calculation from August to December, which is 5 months. So, the 6 days will be prorated for 5 months and 2.5 days will be credited for this employee. From the following year, the employee will be credited 6 days of leave on the 1st of January. Start and end of policy calculation. As mentioned before, start and end of policy is useful in cases where there are multiple policies within a leave type. Let us consider the same scenarios as given above and add a second policy to it. The first policy, 6 days of leave, will be credited to the employee who has completed 1 year of service. Accrual is prorated from start and end of policy. Second policy, 12 days of leave will be credited to an employee who has completed 2 years of service from start and end of policy. Taking the example of the employee whose date of joining the 5th of the 8th month 2015, first policy calculation for the year 2016 will be given above. For the second policy, the employee will be eligible on the 5th of August 2017, when the employee would have completed 2 years of service. Let us see how the accrual will be calculated for the year 2017, 2 years of service. From 1st January 2017 to 4th August 2017, the employee is still part of the first policy. So the 6 days of leave will be calculated for 8 months, January until August, based on the first policy, and the employee will be credited 4 days of leave. From the 5th August 2017, the second policy will become applicable. The 12 days of leave from the second policy will be prorated for 4 months, September to December, and the employee will be credited for 4 days of leave. So in the year 2017, the employee would have credited 4 plus 4, which equals 8 days of leave. Do not prorate. Do not prorate. If do not prorate is applied to the above example, then the total entitled leave will be credited without being prorated, irrespective of when the employee comes into the policy. To elaborate, although the employee has entered the first policy only on the 5th of August 2016, they will receive the full 6 days entitled for that year without being prorated. Under advanced option, you can further define how the proration is to take place. So, prorate by number of effective months. Only the effective number of months will be considered. For example, if an employee has joined on 5th August 2015, the 5 months will be taken for proration, August to December, although he has joined on the 5th and not the 1st of that month. So, the number of effective days. When this option is applied, the exact number of effective days will be considered while calculating the prorated leave. Taking the same example as above, the number of days considered for proration will be 148 days, 5th August until 31st December. First month rule. This specifies the intervals within the first month of joining and the exact amount of leave to be given within each interval. For example, you can create a rule stating an employee who enters the policy from the 1st to the 15th of the month will be credited 1 day of leave, while those entering from the 15th to the 31st will be credited 5 days of leave. When this rule is applied for multiple policies, the first month refers to the first month of each policy. Round off. Leave will be rounded off using various options. In the first drop-down, there are 3 options: nearest, maximum, and minimum. In the second drop-down, there are 3 options: day, half day, and quarter day. For days, and hour, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes for hours. Let us take some examples to understand the round-off options. Let us assume that an employee's prorated leave count is 3.43 days of leave. If round-off is disabled, then he will be credited exactly 3.43 days of leave. When enabled, let us see how each combination works. So, days calculation. Prorated leave count is 3.43 days. Nearest day is 3 days, rounded off to the nearest whole value. Nearest half day is 3.5 days, rounded off to the nearest 5 value. Nearest quarter day is 3.5 days, rounded off to the nearest 0.25 value. Maximum day is 4 days. Maximum half day is 3.5 days. Maximum quarter day is 3.5 days. Minimum day is 3 days. Minimum half day is 3 days. Minimum quarter day is 3.25 days. Let us assume that an employee's prorated leave count is 13.89 hours. So, hours calculation. Prorated leave count 13.89 hours. So, the nearest hour for this will be 14 hours, nearest 30 minutes will be 14 hours, nearest 15 minutes will be 14 hours, maximum hour will be 14 hours, maximum 30 minutes will be 14 hours, maximum 50 minutes will be 14 hours, minimum hour will be 13 hours, minimum 30 minutes will be 13.5 hours, 13 hours and 30 minutes. Minimum 15 minutes will be 13.75 hours, which is 13 hours and 45 minutes. So under more options, you can further define your leave type. Under opening balance, leave given in an ad hoc basis during certain circumstances. This leave is given as a one-time leave. This will be helpful during the period of probation for a new joinee when the employer would like to give the employee leave during the first 6 months of service, but make it available to be used only after 6 months. In order to prevent the employee from using this leave before 6 months, you can give 6 months under effective from and add 6 in opening balance. Carryover. Carry over previous policy balance. Limit the carryover of the balance leave from the previous policy to the current policy. You can also define the amount of leave balance to be carried over in terms of units or percentages. Set maximum balance. This indicates the maximum number of days or hours that can be accumulated. Once the maximum balance is reached, no more leaves will be credited. Use this option to encourage employees to take leave rather than accumulate it. Please do note, a maximum of 20 policies can be set within a leave type. Applicability. In this section of applicability, you can define who the leave is applicable to. So, you have options like gender, marital status, department, designation, location, and of course, role. You also have an option to add specific employees to the leave type under employee. This is useful in scenarios where you would like a specific employee from another region to be part of this leave type. Exceptions. Set the exceptions based on options like department, designation, location, and role. The Add field option is available in under Applicable and Exceptions, where you can view drop-down and multi-select fields from the employee form. Choose the one that you would like to include. This is useful in cases where you want to narrow down leave type to a specific group of employees. Restrictions. So here, we can further refine the leave by imposing various restrictions. Weekends. Weekends between leave period. If this setting is disabled, then it implies that weekends will not be included while taking leave. If the setting is enabled, then it implies that weekends will be considered as part of the applied leave. Furthermore, when a value is given here, it means that if the number of leave exceeds the value, then the weekends will be included as part of leave applied. Holidays between leave period. Similar to weekends between leave period setting, you can enable or disable holidays between the leave period as well, and also give a value. If the leave period exceeds this value, then the holiday will be included. While applying leave exceed leave balance, there are two main options under this setting. If don't allow is chosen, it means that the system will show an error and not allow the employee to apply for the leave if it exceeds the leave balance. If allow is chosen, then there are three options to choose here. If without limit is chosen, then the employee will be allowed to apply for leave even if the leave balance exceeds. If until year-end limit is chosen, then the employee will be allowed to apply for leave even if it exceeds the current leave balance until the year limit end. This option is useful for monthly accrued leaves. If without limit and mark as LOP is chosen, it means that the employee will be allowed to apply for leave even if the leave balance exceeds, but will be marked as access requests as LOP loss of pay. Durations allowed. Enable quarter day option. Employees can apply for quarter day leave under this leave type. Enable half day option, where employees can apply for half day leave under this leave type. And enable hourly option, where employees can apply for hour-based leave. Report configuration. There are two options to differentiate the type of data displayed in the reports for the employee. Allow users to view. Leave taken alone displays only the leave taken. Simple leave summary displays the leave balance. Complete leave summary displays a detailed summary with details such as period, leave taken, balance, and leave lapsed. Balance to be displayed. Here you can choose to display the leave balance in two ways: either accrual period balance or current balance. Accrual period balance. This is where the leave balance shown will include the applied leave for a future date within the accrual period. And current balance is where leave balance on the current date will be displayed. Allow requests for. These settings allow you to define if you want to allow or restrict leave requests for past dates and future dates. If you want to allow leave requests for past dates but within a specified duration, the number of days can be entered. For instance, if you want to allow leave requests for only the past 10 days, then enable for past days and enter 10 days. Similarly, the same can be applied for future leave requests. In addition to setting a limit, you can also define how many days in advance the leave request must be submitted. Enable file upload option if the applied leave period exceeds a number of days. So, this is useful for leave types like sick leave, where you would like the employees to upload a document, for example, like say a medical certificate. Of course, if the leave exceeds the number of days that has been given. So, leave application should be submitted before a number of days. This option specifies the number of days before which the leave is to be applied. Minimum leave that can be availed per application. This sets a maximum limit to the number of leaves requested at a time. Maximum number of consecutive days of leave allowed. This option helps to restrict the number of consecutive days of leave that can be taken. The minimum gap in days between two applications. Minimum gap in days between two applications. This option is the minimum interval to be given between two leave requests. And then maximum number of applications allowed within the specified period. Maximum number of applications allowed within the specified period. Maximum number of times the leave can be requested within a specified period. The period could be week, month, year, accrual period, or a job tenure. For example, we can set 2 as the maximum number of maternity leaves that can be requested during an employee's job tenure. So, for this one, leave can be applied only on specified days. This option is useful for special leave types such as birthday leave, anniversary leave, restricted holiday, and so forth. For example, if you are creating a birthday leave, you can specify that this leave can be applied only on the date of birth of the employee. Birthday and anniversary leaves will be recurring leaves that employees can apply for every year. However, if a restricted holiday or other such fields from the employee form is chosen, then it would apply only for the current year. For example, if Hanukkah is applied under restricted holiday, then it can be applied only on the 30th of December in the year 2019. This leave cannot be taken together with leave types. So, if you do not want employees to club this leave type with another leave type while applying for leave, you can use this option. So, let's look at this example. Casual leave. Assume you would like to configure casual leave for your employees. This condition is that you would like employees to be eligible for 1 day of leave every month and for the leaves entitled for the first 6 months. They will be credited only in the 7th month. This leave type can be configured in this manner. To add some restrictions to the first month of the policy, you can add an advanced condition. Leave transactions for the leave type will be calculated as follows. Sample format for date of joining 1st August 2015. Annual leave. Consider a scenario where you would like to define leave entitlements based on the years of experience of employees. Assume you will want to set a policy with the requirement as given below. Let's begin. 1 to 2 years of experience, a total of 6 days per year, with the monthly accrual of 0.5 days, carry forward a maximum of 5 days. 3 to 4 years of experience. A total of 12 days per year with a monthly accrual of 1 day, carry forward of a maximum of 10 days. Above 5 years of experience. A total of 24 days per year with a monthly accrual of 3 days, carry forward of a maximum of 24 days and 100% encashment. Leave transactions for this leave type will be calculated as follows. Sample format for date of joining 5th August 2015. Usually when a leave type is created, that leave will apply to all applicable employees specified in the policy, and leave will be calculated based on various options chosen in the leave type. However, in Zoho People, when a new leave type is created, we create a separate record for each employee. This is done so that the leave policy can be customized at any point for any specific employee. The Customize Policy tab is available for each and every employee for the admin to access. When you click on a leave type that applies to an employee, you will be able to see when the leave becomes effective and how exactly leave will be calculated based on their date of joining and the other options given in that leave type. Customized policy enables you to tailor any policy for a specific employee. So if you would like to alter the leave policy for the specific employee, you can edit the leave policy and customize that leave policy. Under Customize Policy, you can see all the leave policies applicable for an employee and click and edit any of the policies as and when required by clicking on it. Additionally, there are 3 options available when you click the ellipsis icon on the left-hand side of the policy. View History. If you select a date range, you will be able to see all the policies that have been activated for the chosen employee and all the transactions that have happened under the policy in this manner. As seen, for a chosen date range, the entire leave history transaction will be shown. So now we start with the terminology in the report. And we start with report initiated, the date from which the report is generated, of course. Policy attached, the date when the policy becomes applicable for this employee. Opening balance, any opening balance that has been given at the start of the policy. Accrual, the leave credited based on the accrual period or interval set in the policy. Reset, end of day. The carry forward balance under balance column. Carry forward expiration, end of day. Unused carry forward balance that has expired. Leave taken, leave rejected or cancelled. LOP adjustments, changes made in the LOP report. Manual correction, corrections to the leave balance when customized manually. Now, explaining a rerun policy. You can use this when a change has been made in the policy, but is not reflecting in the report. The report will run again and show data accurately. Reset to default. You can use this option if you have customized the policy for an employee, but later you would like to undo this customization and revert the employee back to the default configuration. This option is also useful if you have wrongfully customized the policy for an employee or customized the policy for the wrong employee. There are a few more important actions that you can do under Customize Policy. For one, refresh policies. When a leave policy has undergone many changes, there may be discrepancies reflecting in some cases. In such situations, to recheck and fix any eligibility mismatch of the employee with the current policy, you can click this option. So, this option may be used judiciously only in terms of troubleshooting. To do this, click on the ellipsis icon, then click Refresh in Policies. To view all policy details of the employee, click on the Filter option, Then click on the deleted option in the filter. All the policies that the employees were part of before moving to the current policy will be listed. And now for Customize Balance. Customizing balance is further enhancement to Customize Policy. In Zoho People, not only is policy customization possible, you can even customize the leave balance for an employee on a specific date. So, Customized balance comes in handy in the following scenarios. When an organization migrates from one HRMS tool to another. When employees migrate from an old policy to a new one. When there are any corrections to be made apart from the system entitlements. In such situations, customized balance is the ideal solution. You can directly enter the new balance applicable to the selected employee. You need not calculate the difference in balance. The system will make the required corrections to bring it to the new balance entered. So, to customize the leave balance, go to Leave Tracker, enter Settings, and click on Customize Balance. Now, you can click on the Customize button in the top right side. You can use the filter to view balance based on various criteria. You also have various options to import, export, download as a PDF, and print under the ellipsis icon. It is best to customize balance in ascending order of dates. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.